Oh, goodness gracious, y'all. Hey, Grand Rising, good afternoon and good evening. Whatever time you watch this video is the right time for you, and I thank you in advance for your viewership and support. It became apparent to me that this reading was something that would be intriguing enough to tap into. I've seen it, the content in the algorithm for the last few days. So I said, you know what? Why not? Why not tap into, excuse me, why not tap into how Katt and Monique feel now that Shannon Sharpe has been caught up for the exact thing that they warned him about? What are their feelings about what's happening to him and what's to come with him? Yeah, I got face mask on my hand, excuse me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, what are the feelings behind how they feel about his downfall? We're also going to look into how Shannon Sharpe feels now that he's spoken out, he said his piece, and more information has come out that makes him look even worse than he did before. I don't know how long this is going to be, but y'all know how my morning reads are. I'm up early, so I figured I'd go ahead and knock this out before I get my day started so that everybody can have content at least, if hopefully this is up by lunch. If not, you'll have it, by the afternoon rush on the way home. So let me go ahead and anoint my hands because I know this is going to be interesting to say the least. But I will say this, y'all. Monique warning him was absolutely hilarious to me when I play it back now and listen to it. When she said, listen to me, this is your auntie talking to you. Y'all, I laughed so damn hard because I said, what y'all about 6 minutes apart? Like, y'all, like, but then I thought about it. I said, hell, in melanated communities, it is not, it is not off the table that your uncle or auntie could actually be younger than you. So we're going to start with Monique. How does Monique feel? How does Monique feel? Oh, goodness. My throat is scratchy. And that just came out of nowhere. Yeah, excuse me. Let me open this bottle of water. Now, that's a sign. That's a big sign. She may not ever say anything publicly. And Monique is not one to bite her tongue. So the fact that my sacral chakra and my damn throat chakra feel affected right now, that lets me know a big deal about how she feels about this situation. It's like she knew it deep in her gut. She knew it deep in her gut, and it's almost like it's a pain in her gut. Like, damn, I didn't want to see this for you. I didn't want to see this happen to you. Oh, wow. Okay. Like I said, you see this face down card? She's never going to really say what she wants to say publicly. Not right now. So you've got the Seven of Wands that represents being defensive or defending yourself. And the card that is face down is how she feels about him defending himself. Hold on. Damn. So she sees him strong in his convictions, okay? Strong in his convictions, standing up, defending himself. This is where it gets messed up. Unrequited offer, Four of Cups. She feels like, before I go any further, All things said are alleged and for entertainment purposes only. So she feels like it's an unrequited offer. He should have just moved on. Heartbreak. She feels like allegedly what could have been said is the truth. I'm hearing like, baby, you should have just apologized. Page of Cups. And Page of Cups also recognizing that that is a baby under you, because pages are children. She was hoping you could shake this and get balanced through a new beginning. But when you get the Empress here, the Empress is not just about giving birth or a mother. It's like bringing something into fruition, birthing a situation. So she feels like you brought this hangman, this messed up situation. You brought it on yourself. Okay? Y'all, that was... Woo! Woo! Okay, Monique, straight out the gate. Straight out the gate. Okay. Eight of Cups. She feels like, you know, he should have, look at this, Hangman at the bottom of the deck again. She feels like he should have walked away from this situation, and because he didn't walk away from it, he didn't handle it properly, it brought him, you know, a tower moment. It's like she, like I said, it pains her, heartbreak. This is a sad situation. And it really is. It really is. It could have been prevented. So it's like I was trying to tell you before this came into fruition. I was trying to warn you so that you could have a second chance in a situation. I knew you was going to be sorry. Babies. She just looking at it as you sleeping with children, babies. We know that he's not breaking the law. Let's say that first and foremost. He's not breaking the law, but it's still frowned upon. It's a severely frowned upon because she's so much younger than him that she's even like, she's like, what, 15 to 20 years younger than his children. I want to say his youngest child is like 29, 30. So for her to be 19, 20 is like, wow. You know, nobody's saying he can't date younger. It's the way that he's doing it. It's definitely the way that he's doing it. She knew that this was going to affect him. Four of Pentacles. Oh, there go my throat scratching again. It's like she knows that this is going to hit his financial stability. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a betrayal you can't come back from. But he brought this upon himself because there's always, you know, some type of warning before destruction. No matter how small it is, there's always a warning before destruction. Notice this Ten of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, but it didn't hit the table yet. He can't say that this girl portrayed him in a way that he can never come back from because this is a situation that he placed himself in. This wasn't a shakedown or a setup the way he wants us to believe it. It's more of somebody just being haughty. This is someone who is arrogant. As the old folks say, you know, the southern people from where he from, he didn't believe that fat meat was greasy. Yeah. And it's like, I knew eventually you giving these love offers, okay? The Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's offering your cup. Offering, partnership with these people was going to put you in a situation where it was going to slow down your abundance. I don't know who car that was, but y'all, damn. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see the whole table. There we go. Sorry, everybody. There we go. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, she knew this was going to slow down his abundance. This was going to slow down his money. He could take a big hit also by July or August, paying out the situation. And it will be a huge hit because he just lost $100 million deal through ESPN. So no matter what the girl gets out of him, even if he just settles for 10 million, if that is allowed, you might as well say that's 110 million he just lost. This is a very expensive lesson. And now his record of domestic violence is starting to come out, and a new woman has come out with claims, and that woman has a police report against him, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this Four of Cups is just like, it resonates very deep with how Monique feels about the situation. It's like, I'm just going to pray for you and hope for the best. I tried to tell you, get you out, get out here and get you that one. That Ace of Cups up here. See, God would have sent you that one, but you was down here partying and messing with, the younger ones. You should have moved on from that. It brought heartbreak. I was telling you the truth. So, wow. Okay, so we got these cards just came out trying. She got a lot of jumpers coming out as a group. So it's like she don't want to talk, but when she talk, baby, she spill it, allegedly. So you got the Five of Swords here trying, which this more so speaks to his energy with her. So if you think about the back and forth in the interview, this is his energy. Five of Swords. He was on the fence, with if she was, pushing it or if she's trying to be argumentative. I think you might be coming from a good place, but you kind of pushing it. Two of Swords. It's almost like he wanted to maneuver to cut off this conversation. And he knew it's like 50-50. He knew she was right. She's telling him about finding you that one, but it's like, I don't want to get married. I'm still out here dangling. Okay. Eight of Swords. I'm not ready for that type of commitment. Excuse me, Eight of Wands, rather. I'm not really ready to move like that type of commitment. The Star, he really don't have hope for investing anything into any real love. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So he has no intentions of slowing down and being with one person. He want to, be out here doing his thing. And that's not a problem if you're handling everybody respectfully and people are in agreement that this is the type of situation they're going to have with you. Everything is always about, honesty, open communication, and respect. So if this is what he wanted to do, as long as he did it in a respectful way and nobody got hurt and everybody involved was comfortable with it, then it's fine. So that's very interesting that this is his energy while she's talking to him. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. This just feel like he really wanted her to shut up. He did. He really wanted her to shut up. He didn't want anything being said about how he moves and how he lives his life and how he does what he does, because he had no intention on doing any of the things that she was saying to him. It did not cross his mind. It was not what he was into. Yeah. So 10 of coins, y'all. This is going to cost him a lot. I mean, a whole lot. He may end up with just that one damn coin. Look at this. See, before all of this happened, he had investors and sponsors that were, fighting each other to give him money. That one coin that's in this older gentleman's hand may be all that he ends up left with now that the truth has come out and he's brokenhearted. Page of coins. So Page of coins also represents a small child. He's got multiple little young girls that he deals with. But he better be careful about what can come out between this mother. Because whoever this woman is that's a mother that has a small child, he may have dealt with her more than once, apologized to her a lot to keep her from leaving him. But something he did was seen by somebody. It's like there is a witness to his behavior. Something that he can't deny. It's like he escaped jail or something by the skin of his teeth, allegedly. Yeah, he didn't want her to walk away. 5 of Cups in reverse, and it's because he does not want to be publicly humiliated and embarrassed. He doesn't want the scrutiny, but it's saying he should have walked away from this situation because now he can't avoid the shame. He can't avoid the heartbreak of losing everything that he worked for. He was being stubborn. And this is what brought his cycle to an end. So we're going to end this part of the reading so I can jump into how does Katt feel allegedly. Shout out to Katt and Monique. I hate that I missed the show when it came to Detroit, but I will be coming the next time you come. I've been to several of Katt's shows and I loved them all. Ooh, baby. Now, how does Katt feel about this? I'm pretty sure now this will be interesting. Because Auntie Monique, it looked like she didn't want to talk. She don't want to say nothing publicly. But, baby, it's like the picture I got in my head, it's like I could see her with her nose and her lips tooted up like something stank. This is some funky shit. She not feeling this at all. But she's trying to be respectful about it and not comment publicly because it's like kicking somebody when they're down. So I give that to her. It's like I said what I needed to say to you. I don't think there's any reason for me to comment any further. This is like, somebody has been through enough. Why take them through anything else? Katt. What deck am I going to use for you? What deck am I going to use for you, my baby? Here we go. All right. Well, thank you for your patience, everybody. I have to go with whatever deck resonates with me. So show me how Katt feels about this situation now that Shannon has to face the public, the media, and more importantly, God, for this situation. How does Katt feel? Oh, wow. Okay. The energy, baby, the energy is the same with him and Monique. Both of them publicly ain't saying much, but you got the 6 of Swords. You should have moved on from this toxic situation, and this is how you got caught up in this hangman. You got the 4 of Swords here. It was like you should have brought the situation to a rest when you had a chance. King of Cups feels very deeply moved about a situation, but choosing to remain quiet. And the Fool. Yes, you was a plum-ass fool for getting into this situation. The Fool also represents someone who jumps into a situation without having all the facts or looking completely into a situation. Also, it's a card of jumping in, you know, head first into a situation, hoping for the best. So he just looks at, you know, the way the situation played out. Like, you played the situation wrong. You were foolish about how you handled it, but he's going to respectfully, you know, try to stay out of the way when it comes to commenting on this situation, because it's like, what more can I say to you? You know, you've been warned, God warned you. I'm pretty much, you know, I'm pretty sure you know better than this, but somehow you just keep doing silly stuff. So this is on you to learn, allegedly. See how him and Monique, literally half a story comes out. They don't want to say nothing, but when you ask how they feel, it comes out. So I don't really see them speaking on this for a minute. It's not that they won't ever speak on this, but it's like, this is just, it's messed up. There's no other way to look at it. Seven of Cups. It's like he knows that he's going to have to consider his options. The star at the bottom of the deck. He's hoping that there are other opportunities for Shannon. It's like, sir, you're multifaceted. You have all these different, you know, you wear all these different hats. You have all these different jobs. I'm hoping for the best for you. So my throat is not scratchy with Katt. Katt is just choosing to just be chill, be quiet. I said all I needed to say. It was like Monique was afraid to even say anything. Not that she was scared, but it's just like, I just get more of, it's like it's a dog pile. Why beat a person when they're down? I've already said what I need to say. I don't think I should speak on this. Katt is, I don't get the energy where he feels like he just shouldn't speak on this. It's just that he's choosing not to. It's more so like he feels that it's just wise for him to kind of steer clear of this. So if he says something, it'll be, you know, a small comment. Like, he may acknowledge it, but he's not going to say too much. Yeah. Eight of Wands. He's trying to move on from this situation as swift as possible. Also, he feels that Shannon should have moved on as swift as possible. Like, you really... Oh, goodness. Y'all, this feel like Shannon got several more people that could come forward. Allegedly. Oh, God. For Shannon's sake, I hope that he keeps it quiet and just goes ahead and pay whoever he needs to pay up under the table, because that would be detrimental if anybody else comes forward right now while he's already trying to clear out these first two. Four of Cups, unrequited offer. So it's like him and Monique feels, you know, similar about this. Like, this is really unfortunate. This didn't have to happen. It's like they both, yep, the card of the truth. They both feel like you need to change how you date. Because the independent woman is somebody who carries her own weight, who got her own money. So it's like, you need to date in your tax brackets. You need to date, you know, someone who's more mature. You need to change how you approach dating. Even if you're dealing with women for entertainment purposes, we'll say that. Even if you're dealing with women for entertainment purposes, you need to deal with a higher level of woman, higher caliber of woman, rather. Not just older, but more evolved. And I'm looking at this truth card, y'all. Hold on. You see how you got an eagle at the bottom? The eagle represents the bird that is the national bird government. And then you got all these other, you got two birds back here and what looks like another eagle. So that could be larger law enforcement, local law enforcement. Like there could be things being looked into, and notice you have a triangle here. Oh God, Shannon, this could open up other investigations because more people could come forward with allegations, and these allegations may not have either been investigated yet, or they may have already been brought into law enforcement or the court, but somehow, some way were not handled. So those things are going to come out too. Goodness, goodness. So, I mean, I'm seeing the same energy from Katt and Monique. It's like we both were telling you the truth. We were trying to help you out. We were trying to push you along so that you didn't end up in this situation. But it is what it is. The truth is the truth. And now here we are. So, really, what more is there to say? Yeah. He knows that this is going to affect his work tremendously. And see how this man is sitting here, you know, at work. You know, he could be looking over a contract or, you know, possibly even a script. You know, broadcasters do get scripts for what they're supposed to talk about. And then, you know, they have the teleprompter or whatnot. So it's like he felt like you should have moved out of this energy, you know, solely just because of how it was going to affect your life and work. And now how it's affected your work is an unrequited offer, a hangman. It's like this is somebody who's losing everything because they chose to be in this carnal energy with these women that you used for, we'll say, physicality, allegedly. Okay, you used for pleasures. But I don't get that all of the women were necessarily, you know, of ill repute, if that makes sense. Not all of these women were off into adult entertainment, so to speak. So it's like, well, if you use the excuse that, well, this is what she does for a living and this is why you treat her, well, you treated the other person over here the same way, and they don't do that. So it's not about what they do for a living. It's about how he handles situations. Yeah. 10 of Cups, Knight of Coins. Yeah, he's like, this is going to be a hangman for your family, how you provide for your family. 10 of Cups to the Knight of Coins. And your contracts, negotiations, and agreements. Okay, 3 of Coins. I'm trying to get y'all to see this without the ring light. There we go. Yeah. So any faith of, I'm going to acknowledge this, any faith of him being able to turn this around, Shannon being able to turn this around for contract negotiations and agreements, this came out in reverse. All hope is lost. You've lost these contracts. It's over. It's still more contracts that he could possibly be losing in the future because he's going to be exposed possibly a few more times. In this current climate, companies would rather be progressive and just say, hey, this does not look or smell right, so we're just going to remove all support because we don't want to be seen as someone that supports deprived behavior. Whew. Let's see, the Fool. The Moon and the Fool. Y'all, there's more to come. There's more to come because there's more things that we don't know that could come into light. 6 of Coins. possible settlements to keep more things from coming out. And it's like Katt saw this. It's like what he said was like prophecy. He knew that they were going to come after his empire, the wounded warrior. Yeah, you may survive this, but you're going to survive this tattered. You're going to survive this tattered if you're able to make it to the end of the year and still have some semblance of a career, because it's like the energy that I'm feeling around how Katt feels about this, allegedly, is that how many more is it? How many more wounded warriors is it? Ace of Wands, you let the little head do the thinking of the big head. It's not that you got multiple women. Nobody cares about you having multiple women. How many of these women have you dealt with that turned into the wounded warrior? Yeah. Once again, you should have just go ahead, moved on, left all of this behind as fast as possible. And now all your opportunities is moving on, leaving you. 3 of coins, your contracts, negotiations, and agreements. And it's like he knew this was going to happen to you. He was trying to warn you. He foreshadowed it, forecasted it. He felt it coming. Wheel of Fortune. He knew that when the truth hit, it was going to affect your Wheel of Fortune, everything that you ever worked for. And it was going to turn this woman into the independent woman. Okay? Bottom of the deck, 9 of coins. It didn't hit the table yet because she's not the independent woman yet, but she will be. So remember I said that 10 of coins with that older gentleman, the sponsorships, the contracts, negotiations, and agreements, they were rushing to support Shannon, to back Shannon, to, get advertisement with him and to lock him into these contracts, because look at the year that he had last year. He had some of the highest numbers in YouTube history, only to be rivaled by, someone like Joe Rogan. So he was the hottest thing out. This is a major cool off, y'all. I mean, who expects somebody on his trajectory to lose everything like this? All because he could not control his anger and his antics with people that, he deals with romantically, if we want to call it that. Last card out, the World. So, damn, the World, bottom of the deck, Death. So these are the last cards for Katt. It's like it's a wrap for you either way it goes. End of a cycle for you. It's the end of the road for you. Death at the bottom of the deck. Career dead. Everything you ever worked for, up in smoke. Because of these wounded warriors. So let's tap into the energy around Shannon now that a second accuser has been, I want to say has been named and has come forward. This young lady's face is out there as well. This is also a Caucasian woman. So it's starting to look really, really crazy, because not only are you, possibly allegedly abusing women, you're abusing women from other communities, which is going to get even more people to look into this than what could have possibly transpired in the first place. And as a man from the South who comes from a small town, you know the history of how certain things happen. We'll say, Emmett Till, okay? So you, out of all people, should have known better than to allow yourself to be in certain positions. So let's see. How does Shannon feel now that everything is hitting the fan and he's losing all types of opportunities? How does Shannon feel? He's worried about going to jail. Why the hell is he worried about going to jail? And as you can see, over a woman who's trapped in this bubble. Why is he worried about going to jail, y'all? Allegedly. Woman is telling the truth. So either he's been to jail over this woman already, or he's worried about going to jail over a woman. But these are two different women. This is like you went to jail over one woman and another woman is telling the truth about you, allegedly. And that's why you could end up in this Knight of Pentacles where your money completely slows down, possibly to a damn crawl. And if he gets stuck on only getting YouTube money, oh, baby, that would be a major fall from grace. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Now, in Katt's part of the reading, it was a huge warning around this 7 of Cups. Like I said, there's more stories to come. 7 of Cups is also my card that not only talks about confusion and trying to figure out what to do. This is a card that indicates to me that there could possibly be a substance abuse issue, not just multiple women. For me as a reader, if I get that card, I pay attention to what comes after it because it lets me know if this person has an issue with some type of addictions. So I promise you, if any more women come forward, you're not going to be able to get out of this. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's over. It's completely over. Because between these two, it looks like they're telling the truth and something can get you locked up if you have not been locked up already. Card of the Truth. And that card flipped over my hand and was face down. So it's like, for his sake, life-wise and career-wise, he better hope that no more people come forward. And remember what I said, there could possibly be an alleged story to come out about substance abuse. And the next card came out was the Ace of Swords, which represents the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And it could be something that he does quite regularly that he likes a whole lot. 9 of Cups. Spirit guys are saying Coca-Cola, allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Oh, wow. He's got jumpers. Ace of Cups. Oh, you love it. You love it a whole lot. Lord have mercy. That might be the epicenter of all these problems. Ace of Cups. And even though he makes a lot of money, he may have problems with being able to keep up with money, possibly because of this energy right here. So he may spend a lot of money on, possible addictions, allegedly. Hangman, Queen of Coins. He's about to make some women very comfortable for a very long time, if not for life. And this is going to be the Hangman for him. For those of you who get private readings with me, I've used this term before, and I'm going to use it here. This is going to be the year of Psalms 37. When the wicked perish, the meek will inherit the land. A lot of wicked people are going to perish, and they're going to have to pay out a lot of people, and that's a form of a wealth transfer. If these people have anything that they want to protect, now is the time to handle things accordingly and to move a lot more respectfully, because this year, next year, you can lose a lot. This year in particular is a large year for retribution. So a lot of people will be paying for the things that they have said and done to other people that they may have gotten away with for years. It's just that time. Yeah. Yeah. You see this Eight of Wands? Before I even show this other card, you see this Eight of Wands and all those other birds flying out behind the wands? I'm telling you, more stuff is coming out about Shannon. More messages are coming out about Shannon that are going to affect how he's able to move forward towards victory. Possibly, y'all, it could be more stories coming out about him having DV situations. It may be multiple women who have possibly contacted the police on him, not just these two, allegedly. Ooh-wee. Yeah. The devil. Baby, these stories these women are about to have about him are about to be sick. It's about to be sick. Oh, the devil is like obsession, compulsion, toxicity, anger problems, possible anger problems attached to this Seven of Cups here that have to do with I'm hearing the term like his anger can be like roid rage, if that makes sense. Once again, here it is, the Strength card. There could be more information coming out between now and July, no later than August. And it looks like whatever it is that comes to the table is going to be damning, very damaging, because there's truth to it. And it will definitely affect his work and how he's able to maneuver. Oh, wow. His work is already severely affected now. Yeah. Page of Cups, King of Swords. Expect more information coming out about him in law enforcement. Page of Cups. He's going to be sorry about this, because it looks like this man has multiple issues with his behavior in law enforcement that could come out soon. So, you know, if he's been booked several times for the same thing, expect this paperwork to start hitting the street. It's going to be a paperwork party. And this is going to be too much for him to bear. He's not going to be able to carry this or handle this. Yeah, my spirit guys are literally showing me this grown man, big old grown man having a temper tantrum, crying. Like, this is really, really messing with him. He never expected ever that this would come out like this, that he would be facing these types of problems. Yeah, the Emperor, King of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So a lot of the men that he hangs around with, the manosphere, baby, they're quiet. Okay, these are high value men, or like to call themselves high value men. They're quiet. They don't want any part of this because they still have good standing in the community. People still love them, and they don't want to mess up their brand deals and how they work. even being associated with him, is a hangman over here. So expect a lot of people to separate from him. If he has any social media presence with someone, it could be severed. If you see him in Chad Ochocinco kind of fall back from filming, I get it. I understand why. Because Chad has been through a lot on his own. So it's like he don't need people going back in the past and pulling up his stuff either. It's like he finally moved on and, is getting his life back the way he wants it. Okay. The 7 of coins and the Knight of coins. Yeah, this is going to be really, really hard for sponsorships and companies to invest in him or to offer him any type of brand deals right now. So if he had anything in the works, that's done. Anybody that was looking towards fighting to get him to represent their brand because he's the hottest thing out, that's done. Like, this man went from being hot like lava to being colder than a charcoal briquette practically in less than a few months. This is crazy. Hell, I take that back a couple weeks. We haven't even made it to week 2. Yeah. Knight of Pentacles. This has slowed down his money tremendously. The more that comes out about his legal past and how he's handled these women, any possible charges in the past, it's going to be that much harder for him to, to save face and to stay above water. Also feels like people felt like he should have been quiet instead of coming forward to speak, because now this woman, Queen of Swords in the upright, we know that she's not lying about what she's saying about him and his toxicity. And he still has several more that look like they are trying to decide if they're going to come forward. So it could be women coming forward up until August. We may not hear about them or know about all of them. They could be settled immediately, but you better hope they don't make their way over to Busby Law. That's all I got to say. Yeah. Public shame, humiliation, and scrutiny, all attached to how you deal with these women. And now it's like these women are talking amongst each other about the public shame, humiliation, and scrutiny that they have to face attached to your toxic behavior. Like, baby, look. Come on now. Palace of Swords, that represents prison or jail. It's like he should have been locked up a long time ago when you look into what some of these allegations actually entails. Allegedly, but this definitely looked like if he was a regular dude, he would have went to prison. That's what this looks like. Once again, the 9 of Wands. So it feels like people have been keeping a lot of secrets when it comes to you and DV and you possibly putting your hands on people. And yeah, now this is going to affect your work. He's sorry now because this affects his work. But we're going to find out a lot more about, your exploits, your carnal exploits. And this, man, you've got the Temperance here. And it's like you've been given slaps on the wrist. It's like a lot of times people have given you, a second chance. You've probably been on your 35th second chance for the last 2 years. And it's like finally running out of favors. So he may have friends in law enforcement, or maybe people in law enforcement looked out for him, because of who he was. I hope he wasn't giving people tickets and things to go to games and that comes out, because we just imagine these people, getting perks from the NFL and any of the companies you work with to keep from prosecuting you to the fullest extent of the law, allegedly. Just, it's just a idea, if you were, doing favors for people, or, some of these officers were fanboys and that's why this didn't go where it could have went, that information could start coming forward now. King of Coins. So this is what kept giving you all those chances so that you can get your money up with family tree. This is what folks are afraid of, and this is why people are separating from Shannon now, because it's that birds of a feather flock together. None of these people want to be caught up in this mess. They don't want to be seen as being like you or doing anything like what you have done, even if they have already. It's like, I was young and dumb when I did that. I don't know what your excuse is. You can get AARP and you hitting folks or threatening folks, allegedly. So I don't want to be affiliated with that as of now, because if I did have a problem in the past, I don't have that problem anymore. Yeah. The star. Star represents hope and healing, and he needs to invest in some therapy to help him deal with these carnal issues, this anger, whatever it is that, shout out to my Gullah folks, what ails you. You need to handle what ails you, okay? What actually is the nucleus of your problem. Now is the time to dig and delve off into that so that you can heal, because unhealed people can hurt a lot of people. And because you failed to heal from whatever you're going through, you're breaking everybody else in your path. So I am going to go ahead and end this reading here, because, baby, this is a mess. This is a whole entire mess. I got one more question before I get out of here. I wasn't going to do this, but why not? Let's see how Gary Owens feels now that, everybody, because I noticed he's not being highlighted, which I thought was interesting. Everybody's pointing out Katt and everybody's pointing out Monique with what they said. And I get it, because they're from the community, right? But Gary Owens said something to you that was very interesting, and it rings extremely in a surreal way right now. I'm not going to even say true, because here it is. Gary Owens told you don't protect black women, and you laughed. The irony of this situation is that it's not black women that need protecting from you. Black women seem to be safe because they're not your type. So, let's see. How does Gary Owens feel about this situation now that this has come out? How does Gary Owens feel? Page of Swords. Gary's sitting back just watching, just like everybody else. He definitely feels that this woman is going to walk away very, very financially stable. Nine of Pentacles, the independent woman. Like, I'm literally hearing, like, I know when to keep my mouth shut. So don't expect to hear nothing from Gary no time soon. Ooh, Lord. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, he's watching. He's slow to say anything about this. But it's like all of them are in agreement, baby. You ain't going to have no money. And if you have any money, it is not going to be where it could be or where it used to be. after she gets done with you. She will be the independent woman, the one with all the money by, yeah, judgment. So he looks at him like, wow, yeah, he even thinks you should have moved on from this situation. But allegedly, it looks like Gary feels like you're going to go down and you're going to lose everything. And he's going to sit back just like everybody that's watching this on the internet and just, see how this situation plays out. But it feels like, I'm not going to say he's riding with anyone, but he feels energetically, okay, we'll say energetically, he feels like this woman is going to be paid very, very well. And when she's paid, you will, if you maintain anything, it won't be anywhere close to what you used to have or what you're accustomed to having, which is really, really messed up. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here so I can get this up for y'all to see today. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.